How's it going, everybody? I'm going to start a little bit of a series here on YouTube where we're going to do our entire Dark Dimension 8 hits on the second run. And we're going to just record how it goes, show you guys, when waves drop in, priority kill targets, all that kind of stuff. I have a couple extra characters that I'll be able to show you in action now that I do have extra purple ISO from finishing it the first time, and should give you a good eye on what to expect. What I'm not going to show you, though, is the first two nodes. The first two nodes are very important, though. So what I ended up doing is I came in with Leader and Mephisto to give them their charges, right? I did not take them into the second node because I didn't want the gore to strip the charges off. So I just came in like this. You can ignore Odin. You don't need Odin for this. The first two nodes are super easy. In fact, if you are not racing and you're just kind of going section by section, you should do your city hero section first, and you should just use your city heroes for nodes 1 and 2, and that's going to be very, very easy to do, right? Quickly, guys, before we get into the gameplay, I just want to let you guys know that I do misspeak in this video and in the global hero section. In my head, I thought the Sentinel summons were reviving the Big Boy Sentinel. That actually only happens in raids. The reason it feels like it's happening in Dark Dimension 8 is because they're just throwing so many Sentinels at us on this first city hero node. There's like 6 or 8 of them on this node, something ridiculous. But they're not getting revived. It's on the global hero node. They can get revived by Scientist Frame, which is another reason I thought this was happening. But that's not something you need to worry about. So it's not like by leaving the baby Sentinels up, they're going to bring the big boy back. That's not true. You're going to hear me reference that every once in a while. It doesn't change the kill priority, so I'm just going to leave the video the way it is. I just want to let you guys know that when you hear that, that is a mistake that I make. But let's do these city hero nodes, and I will say I didn't have Ghost Spider. I had 4 Spider Society with Robbie Reyes. Let me show you how that goes first, and then we'll talk about why I put ISOs on Ghost Spider. And then have the conversation about, like, is this something you really want to do, though? I'm not sure if that's something everybody's going to want to do, because Ghost Spider's not... She doesn't need it in raids. She can get use in Crucible on defense, which is kind of nice, right? So it's not like she's a bad character. But I digress. So the first thing you want to do here is you want to open up with the Noir Special if you're coming in with the Spiders. The reason we do that is because no buffs land. It gives Noir more speed, and we get to go from there. And now I can go ahead and I can target on the Goblin, get a bunch of bleeds there, because the most important thing we need to do is get to this Nimrod as soon as possible. I'll target the Nimrod now. Hopefully we get a nice assist from Peter B. And you can see how squishy these enemies are already, and it's kind of really nice that they die as quickly as they do. But don't sleep on these Sentinels are tough. So once we get rid of the Nimrod and we control the Goblin here, it's kind of all in on the Sentinels, targeting the one over that has the Omega Sentinel there too, because she's an absolute nightmare of a character. But getting stuck behind the Sentinel summons and the Omega Sentinel doing just a crap ton of healing is not fun at all. Speaking of which, I do not want to stun this Sentinel over here. If I stun this Sentinel, then this one over here is going to taunt, and I won't be able to hit this Omega Sentinel. So instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to stun the Omega Sentinel, let the Sentinel in this corner taunt, and I'll be able to go for the Omega Sentinel here. Or she might just straight up die. That would be preferable too. Spider Society, if you build them up for DD7, they will walk over this stuff very comfortably, which is nice. Now, I'm kind of upset right now because Robbie's doing something right now that he did not do the first time. The first time I did this, Robbie was targeted immediately and died immediately. So we're kind of having what I would actually consider like good RNG that Robbie's just not already dead. And the fact that he's about to use his ultimate is a testament as well, right? I'll also say, you see he's getting targeted by the Omega Sentinel pings. It's like a Gambit ping. You can't stop her from who she pings. Robbie doesn't get the same sort of healing that Ghost Spider gets in this situation. So Robbie, he's gonna die eventually. The only question is when. And then you want to ask yourself, like, would I have rather had brought Ghost Spider? Because she's definitely not going to die. You might notice I did something interesting here. I targeted the Sentinel summon, not the actual Sentinel. There's a very clear reason for that. This Sentinel, he's not going to summon the other Sentinel back. He's going to summon a couple of them in, which is very annoying, very dangerous. But he doesn't revive the other Sentinel. 2 more Sentinels are now brought in. I need to take these guys out, because if they get a turn, then they'll bring in the real one back. Or the real one was already brought back? Wait, did he actually bring the real Sentinel back? He did, when he took a turn. Okay, well that's That's not fun. All right, never mind. You can scratch that. Just kill both Sentinels. It's not how it's supposed to work. But I guess when they have 2 Sentinels, they can just do whatever they want. Wow, the main Sentinel summoning the other main Sentinel without killing himself. What the hell is that? Maybe that's a Dark Dimension thing. Regardless, we want to go for the Sentinels now. We don't want to leave them up and just get stuck in Sentinel hell. A lot of the AoE damage is going to do the work that we need on all the other characters, so I'm not too worried about them. And with Ghost Spider is here, then we'd have just an absolute monstrous amount of bleeds to spread to everybody. We now have 3 main Sentinels on the field. Try and get rid of at least one of them here. All right, there we go. Good slows come in. I'll stun this guy up here so we cleave as many people as possible. And then we'll bleed as many people as possible. So that should take out 2 of the big Sentinels again. I actually want to see this. Does that main Sentinel summon in the other ones if they're dead here? Hopefully we kill both of these Sentinels. Yeah, so there's 2. Perfect. So let's see. Did this guy summon them back? I think he did. Yeah, what the hell? That's not how it's supposed to work. No, it's a fake Sentinel. Wait, I'm so confused. I'm just confused where the other one came back. How the other one came back last time. Anyway, we're not re-recording. Sorry, guys. Sorry about the testing by fire. Last time we were racing through this, we didn't get to see everything, but that's generally how I like to do it. I like to kill these small Sentinels so that they don't respawn the other Sentinels that we've since killed, right? Also, the Nimrods are absolutely dangerous, so we don't want them to take turns either. Alright, so there goes the Nimrod. Nope. There goes the Nimrod, and now we'll try and take the Sentinel out. It's a good assist from Peter. And there goes the Sentinel. Here, let's target over here. Want to take that Vulture at the same time. Nice, nice. There you go. So Robbie's doing really good. I kind of want Robbie to die now instead of like 5 waves from now. Sentinels come in with 100% turn bar. Doesn't matter. Life's not fair. Just get used to it. They're going to do that to you this entire Dark Dimension. Enemies spawning with crazy amounts of speed bar. Alright, so we get a lot of bleed damage out there. We do want to be a little bit careful with this Doom. He was the lowest life. He's not pushed yet. We got to take care of this Omega Sentinel before she just pings down our Robbie. Or maybe we just want to let her ping him down. Alright, so Penny can... Oh, man, here's the thing. Penny can kill the Doom here by hitting him, but then that Omega Sentinel is going to wreck our Robbie's day. So I'm going to stun the Omega Sentinel. I'm just going to hope the splash damage kills the Doom with those bleeds. Ah, Robbie ended up going first. Get wrecked, nerds. Alright, so let's kill more Sentinels. Oh, the Omega Sentinel revived. Don't you love RNG? Don't you just love it? Oh, she's going to ping my Robbie now. So is the Goblin. And you can see Robbie just living on Death's Door the entire time is not really what you want to have happen. And there he goes. So, let's have just a conversation about just value outside of Dark Dimension, because I think that's a really important conversation to have. Robbie Reyes with Purple ISO outside of Dark Dimension is really, really nice to have. But I'm not sure about the longevity of Robbie. He's amazing in War. In Crucible, you could definitely see the team starting to fall off, with Spider Society just getting plugged in with like Captain Britain or Black Knight or Mephisto. Maybe Odin's going to be the next one. Who knows what's going to be the case there, right? So I'm not sure, or at least I'm not as sure as I was when I started Dark Dimension, if Robbie Reyes is still going to have that same sort of longevity. I think it's perfectly fine to put it on Ghost Spider, because I think, if nothing else, she's a decent Crucible defense player with the Spider Society, and then you put Noir somewhere else. And that's just how I see it. Yep, that's just how I see it. So now, this is actually new to me. I have not done the Spider Societies in this node yet, so let's see how this goes. Do you have an ability block? Let's stop the Green Goblin from doing his thing. So I'm missing a little bit of the Robbie damage. With all those bleeds, he did pop off really, really strong early. Oops, I should have finished off the Nimrod. I don't know why I'm going for the Goblin. Alright, so this will finish off the Nimrod, and we'll stun this guy, I suppose. Alright, cool. I'm going to take the immunity off over here. I think Pav is going to go first, and he's going to kill Omega Sentinel and the Sentinel. Actually, no, the Sentinel over here is going first. Oh, yeah, he is. All right, perfect. Fine. Be that way. Let's see Pav ult with his offense up here in a second. See how you like me now. Oof. That was a bad thing that happened, because we didn't want the Doghawk to die. Yeah, this Sentinel didn't die either. Yeah. It's not exactly how we wanted to play it out, but that's okay. But now, because you see there's so many fake or minion Sentinels on the field, they're just going to resummon the main body. Well, maybe Noir gets the kill here. No, not enough. Can't reach all of them. Is there a real one here? I can't tell what just happened there. Sometimes it feels like these Sentinel summons are kind of just doing whatever the hell they want to do. I don't think I'm the only one that feels that way either. I'm not going to do the spread. There's nothing to spread right now. It does take Ghost Spreader quite a while to get back to that ability. I'll save this ult too. But you guys can definitely see the difference, right? Like Ghost Spider's at 100%, Omega Sentinel, we could probably ignore her. She's just pinging away, but she's not really doing anything with those pings. Yeah, there she goes. She was doing next to no damage there. This is a real Sentinel. Okay, yeah, I don't know what was happening earlier. But this is a real Sentinel, so we don't want to let him take a turn, because then he's going to summon some guys in. I kind of wish he would revive in the same spot like Mysterio does. If his spot's not taken, he'll revive in the same spot. It's much easier to keep track of. Alright, well, we can't get the abilities off because Peter is refusing to assist, so we'll have to use the ultimate here. And we'll go over here now. And at a certain point, I have been told you could just auto this. So maybe we should do that in the effort to save some time, I guess. Let's try it. Let's try it. I don't want to waste your time. I have a lot of diamonds, though, so it's definitely different, right? All right, Pav popping off. The one main Sentinel is dead. Let's kill the Sentinel summon if we can, so he doesn't bring more back in. Perfect. Ghost Spider wasted her ult, spreading absolutely nothing. You'd love to see it. That should kill him. He's pretty weak. We got the assist. Bleeds are in. And he's gone. Alright, cool. We'll target over to the Nimrod next. Now, my guys are all geared to 19. They're all 3 diamond. They're all obviously Iso Purple level 3 since they're in here. I don't think it's going to be necessary to get through this section. Once again, you're going to have to just decide. The Spider Society team, really, really good on the defensive side. They're pretty good on the offensive side. What I would say is the value of this team in raids might still be safe for one more raid tier. I got to assume Hive Mind and Extreme, since they were released before Spider Society, I got to assume they get phased out next raid tier. Maybe Spider Society still gets it done the same way Extreme still gets it done now. That'd be an interesting conversation to have. Steven raised a good question that we talked about earlier. So if people are bringing Mephisto and Leader, they should not start until they have the purple ISOs to take on the first node to prep them. I wouldn't go that far. Mephisto will get it up, and he's going to lose it quite often on his nodes anyway. Leader can also lose it when you get to his nodes, so it's like, don't stall yourself out in the hopes that, you know, you'll have some miracle answer. It's not a miracle answer. It's a minor assistance when we get to the nodes we use them on. There doesn't seem to be a character that's like, oh my god, prep this character now, it's going to save you everything. Except maybe Odin, but Odin is your second run anyway. So autoplay is doing the damn thing. I haven't even done some smart targeting, so let's see if this messes us up. So now the Sentinels, they're popping off. Lots of summons coming in. I prefer this video not to be a 30-minute video, but we're still in the first node halfway through. I'll tell you what, guys. I think the point was proven that Robbie, because he doesn't get the same buffs that Peter gives, he's not as valuable here. And then you really should just make the decision for yourself. Do you want to put Purple ISO on all the spiders and just have a really easy time in Dark Dimension, have a very decent defensive team in Crucible, currently in War, but that's going to change before you know it. Or would you rather have Purple ISO on Robbie, do a couple extra attacks for Dark Dimension, and then have like a really powerful tool with your Secret Defenders or with your Undying in War, or wherever you're going to use them, right? That's the decision to be made for the City Hero section. Honestly, I brought Robbie. I wasn't upset. I was like, okay, he's kind of trash here, but I have Robbie now, Purple ISO elsewhere. Gonna make good use out of him. I'm lazy, so I brought Ghost Spider up for the second run. I don't think it'll go wrong either way. But Dark Dimension wise, full Spider Society seems to be the answer. Although there are going to be some City Hero characters coming to the game soon and getting reworked, right? Like Moon Knight. Karen Page might be City. She's kind of New York-based reporter. Blade, I assume, is going to be global, but we'll see how all that goes. Anyway, I'll fast forward through the rest of this. All right, and we're back, and we're looking at the last 4 enemies. We put on auto the whole time. I didn't do any targeting, and I guess that goes to show how easy the nodes are with Spider Society team. So if you want a walk in the park, you can do this. For sure. We'll do the second node. Again, I'll show you how it's like with Robbie, just so you have an idea of what's going on. And then we'll do Spider Society again to show you again what it's like going on there. We'll probably have to hit auto, because it's going to be a very, 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 very long video otherwise. I should probably put it on auto basic, but I didn't. I think Pab just uses ultimate. Wasn't too smart of me there. But yeah, I probably should have switched to auto basic. I didn't, though. We'll see how she goes. So that was node number 1 of City Hero. We'll do node number 2. Once again, I'll slot in Robbie. And I do want to make it very clear. Robbie outperformed on the time you just saw in this video. He outperformed here than when he did when I used him the first time. First time, he actually didn't even get a turn on the first fight. On the second fight, again, he didn't get a turn, but then on the second hit of this fight, he popped off, which was nice. All right, again, I like to use the Noir special to start to set us up on this Black Knight, since he does have charges. Mind you, this Black Knight, like all the Black Knights in Dark Dimension 8, I believe, they seem to be the nerfed versions where they're not putting the trauma and the immunity, I believe it is, out there. So really, really good. Otherwise, I mean, it would just be miserable. Every Black Knight would just be a miserable jerk to fight. All right, so let's go ahead, and I'm going to put an ability block over here on the Peggy, so she doesn't do her cleanse stuff. And then we'll turn our attention back to the Black Knight. So you see all that damage that Black Knight just did to Robbie. Like, that's not a joke kind of damage. That was a painful, painful damage. We'll stun the Black Knight next with Penny. Assuming she has abilities up. We did just kind of YOLO it on the end there. Yeah, she does. Perfect. So there's a stun on Black Knight. And he should die to like splash damage and stuff like that now. I'll do a little bit of a heal for Rider Robbie over there, using the ultimate from Big Daddy Spider. Daddy Longlegs, if you will. You know what? I can at least show you the amount of damage that Robbie does with the purple ISO. So let's go ahead, hit into this Black Knight, and watch this ISO attack. It absolutely crushes normally. Boom. Alright, that didn't look very good. Alright, Hank passive. The game is trolling me. Hank passive took all the bleeds off of the Black Knight and made it look like he took that hit like a goddamn champ, which I guess he did. So, there you go. Yeah, boom, and Hank healed everybody. Yeah. Illuminati's kind of cracked, for sure. All right, so here comes the ult, and Ryder's dead. He's not very good in Dark Dimension 8. I don't want to belabor the point. He's just not very good in Dark Dimension 8. We'll take him out, put Ghost Spider back in, and we'll go like this then. Yeah. Yeah. Hank is pretty crazy. As Purple Brown is saying in chat, Hank and Leader make these PvE nodes super annoying. Yeah, the healing that they do is absurd. Absolutely absurd. We'll do the same thing though, like using the special with Noir, just give him extra speed bar. Because if he gets hit, if he eats 2 of the charges, I'm perfectly fine with that. He won't die because of the death proofs. And he does still have that revive. It just disappears every once in a while because the buffs in the game are on strike, I guess. It seems like the buffs in the game are on strike. All right, do the special. Get a little bit slow out there. We don't have stun for the Black Knight this time because unfortunately we did get ability blocked on our Penny. That could just be a reset if we don't get to cleanse her in time. Oh, we can ability block here. Nah, let's spread it. Those are too juicy not to spread. Come on, Ghost, spread them. Perfect. All those debuffs, I should say. Penny goes in, and then Hank is going to immediately heal him all the way. Oh, wait, I think the ISO attack bypassed. Yeah, let's say the ISO attack might have bypassed the Hank heal. Nice. I love it when we could use little tiny... There's not an exploit. Game mechanics like that, I guess? Doesn't feel like that's how it's supposed to play out, though. As long as he doesn't get healed up here by Peggy. Good. Good. And then you can see, yeah. There's not much to show here, guys. Unfortunately. I wish I had, like, some sort of amazing revelation to show you here. There's not much to go by in the City Hero section. I don't want to waste your time by adding another 20 minutes onto this video. Damn it, he healed up. Basically, we're going to hit auto here, and Peter is just going to keep us, like, forever healed here. And that's just how it's going to go. Mostly because this Black Knight doesn't give us heal block and trauma. Oof. Well, oh, Ghost Spider. No, she's super dead, isn't she? I think Ghost Spider is super dead here. She doesn't have heal block yet. Actually, Penny could potentially cleanse her, depending on what Penny's doing next. Cosmo, okay. Good dodge. Good pup. Let's just stay on this Black Knight. Yeah, Zegra, that's pretty much it. The tip here is if you don't want to have to do like 2, maybe 3 hits here, just bring up the best characters. It is what it is. All right, we'll ult here, and then we're gonna put on auto, guys. We're 40 minutes in. We've been on it for 6 minutes already, so you can see why it took 5 hours for people to get through this. But the spiders shouldn't have an issue here. If there is an issue, I will come back and tell you what we died to and why, and what you could look out for. But if you want to know the general strategy I'm going by here, we're taking out Pre-Taunts and we're taking out Hanks. That's our biggest thing. We want to make sure we're always taking out these Hanks because there will be Captain Britons, lots of Pre-Taunts, and if we get stuck behind them, we will just get stuck in like a forever loop where Peter normally keeps everybody alive, but there is potential to die there, and that can be very annoying. So kill Pre-Taunts, kill Hanks, go from there. I'll let you know if there's an issue. All right, little check-in. We've been at it for about 5 minutes now, and then I did see that Nova popped in. I forgot that he was even in here. When Nova pops in, you want to hard swap and kill the Nova. If he gets Nova Force off, you're not going to lose. It's just going to suck because it's going to give them yet another like health trigger that makes them live for very, very long. So if you can, get off these cores as soon as possible and get to that Nova before he does his ultimate. Obviously, he's got to do his special first, so it gives you a little bit of time to get past them. There you go. There goes one. And then hopefully Peter's about to do his special. Yeah, and now we can get back on Nova. And we want to stop him from doing his battlefield effect. Okay, back to the fast zone. So now it's kill taunts, kill Hanks, and then kill the Novas as soon as you can. Nova takes priority over everything if you can get to him, by the way. As you see. Come on, target the Nova. Oh, there's another taunter. I don't want to deal with the Nova Force. All right, I'll let you know if anything big happens again. All right, so this wave is a really tough wave. So this drops in with you have 16 enemies left out of 41, and we're going to get Black Knight, Hank, and Nova. If you enter this wave and you have all your cooldowns up, there is a chance where you can do what I'm attempting to do right now, which is just brutally murder the Black Knight. But Hank passive is really, really tough to get by, so it's going to cleanse that taunt, or rather the stun, and then he's going to lose his charges and he's going to get speed bar. All this time, we're thinking we really don't want that Nova Force to get off, but in this particular situation, it's more dangerous just to leave the Black Knight unchecked. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let the Black Knight die first, and then I'll go on to the Nova, ignoring the Hank from here. We'll see how this one goes. We're still in autoplay. I do also want to note, I'm going to make an infographic for each section. And on this section, I'm going to say, like, my top 5 recommended character for whatever month we're currently in. Suitable sub. So Robbie will be a suitable sub, but it'll show, like, hey, it's going to add, like, 3 attacks to your total, probably. And then I'll have a kill order, as well as the ISO selection I would do it for Dark Dimension 8, but also what I actually like them for outside of the mode. I think that'll be very interesting. I hope you enjoy that. Alright, so we did get by the Black Knight nicely. We did get that last charge off Nova. We still got to kill through the Hank Pym passive. So we'd love to have happen here is we'd love for Ghost Spider to push this Nova, and then for Penny to immediately come over with a stun. But now we're stuck on a Corks. It's not going to help. And I am hearing from Dementos that he was able to one-shot this with Robbie, but it took him 4 retries, so he was hunting for some good RNG. So keep in mind, like, that is always an option, which is nice. There goes the Hank passive. We're still stuck on a taunt right now. There's the Nova Force. That is going to add a substantial amount of time to the total it's going to take us to go through the rest of this node. But it's not the end of the world. Also, there it is. So they're going to have, like, another health trigger. It's not the worst thing in the world. It would have been a lot worse just letting Black Knight kill us. But you saw I tried to get around it. Couldn't get around it. It's going to suck, but it is what it is. You should still be fine. Now that he's already done that, I still want to take him out, and then we'll go to Hank after that. And that's kind of our kill priority. Anyway, I'll check with you guys in when this rest of this stuff is done here. Alright, and when the final wave drops in, guys, you're going to want to go ahead and target the Icarus here, because there's 2 Circes. So in a previous wave, you're going to see in the kill priority list, there were an Icarus and a Circe. And I say kill the Circe because she's squisher, she's easy to get to. Shows up beside enemy Captain Britain at the point, so it's kind of nice. When the 2 of them drop in, obviously, we want to take out the 1 solo Eternal member, because once he's gone, their passes are done. This does mean the enemy's going to get a bunch of cleanses off, which is super annoying, but it means Icarus is not going to flip all our buffs on any given moment. Having the Captain Britain come up from the last wave isn't ideal, but by killing the Hank Pym first, you can't really stop it, unfortunately. We just hope that our Peter B is going to get the strip on that Captain Britain. And yeah, so now that Icarus, he should die to this. He should die to a assist of some sort from Penny. Looks like. Penny, do your thing. There you go. Now that he's dead, and now that we already have the Nova Force, I'm going to target the Captain Britain, and we're going to go ahead and get this done. And now we can just have a little conversation now. We've been talking in chat. There's been a couple opinions and experiences that have been shared. One of which was like, hey, I don't really want to bring Ghost Spider up to gear tier 19, though. To which somebody replied that they actually did it without Ghost Spider 19. You still probably have the 3 diamonds they gave away. I believe it was in Kiln Tower way back when, or in some pocket dimension. You should still have her quite big anyway, just from building her up for raids. So she doesn't need to be giant. It's just the love she gets from Peter, the energy that she gives, and spreading stuff like ability blocks, stuff like that. She is a very, very valuable character. So food for thought on who you want to bring. If I was doing it all over again, like on the baby account, what am I going to do when I get here? I mean, I probably have different characters by the time I get here. I'll probably have some Night Stalkers I want to bring instead. And that's what I'll end up doing. Yeah, I won't bring Ghost Spider. Hopefully I'll have some sort of Night Stalker character that I can bring in here. Maybe Moon Knight will be awesome. Maybe Karen Page will be awesome. Whatever the case may be, I'll probably be bringing somebody else in here just for their value inside the game. And I'll have my 4 spiders solo it like I did on the initial run. You know what I mean? Anyway, guys, I'm going to have the infographic showing right now. Hope you enjoy it. You can find this on the Patreon. I'll also put it in the Discord. But hey, if you want to support the channel, $1 a month goes a long way for your boy. But hope you enjoyed this video. Hope this gave you a little bit of perspective for your City Hero section. And I'll look to get the City Villain section up to you as soon as I can. I'm not going to be coring to get through it. So it's going to probably take a couple days to gather the footage and go from there. But when you get it, I hope it helps. Have a good one, guys.
That's it for the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Stay happy, healthy, have fun, and I'll see you in the next one.